Airtight Fridge Seals, free and fast express delivery to all of Australia.
Hey everybody, today we're going to change a push-in fridge door seal. Looks tricky, right? But trust me, it's not. Now, what's a push-in type? It's simple. You don't need screws and you don't need glue. You just press the seal straight into the channel and it locks in place. Easy as that. Alright guys, let's get started. First step, always begin at the corner. Grab the seal, give it a gentle pull, and take it out slowly. Don't rush this part because you don't want to damage the channel. Once the corner's free, keep working across the top. Nice and easy, just like that. Then down one side and over to the other. See how it's coming off bit by bit? That's exactly what you want. Now, here's a mistake I see all the time. Some people just yank the whole thing out like they're ripping open a chip bag. Yeah, don't do that. That's the fastest way to crack the channel, and once that's broken, it's a real headache. So go slow, go steady, and the seal will come off clean and easy. Alright, before we put the new seal in, we've got to clean the channel. Just grab a cloth and some warm soapy water. Wipe it all the way around. Don't use bleach and don't use harsh chemicals. They'll damage the plastic. And here's the thing, if the groove isn't clean, the new seal won't sit properly. I've seen this mistake heaps of times. Now, let's put the new seal in. He starts at the top right corner. See how he pushes it into the groove? That's exactly how it should sit. From that corner, he goes about 10 centimeters down and about 10 centimeters across. Then he stops. Don't try to do the whole side at once. Bit by bit is the trick. Next, he moves over to the other top corner on the left. Same rule, 10 down, 10 across, and stop. With both top corners locked in, he can finish the whole top edge. Nice and steady, pressing it in, and running his finger along to check for bumps or twists. Quick tip, he takes out the bottom shelf. That gives him more room to work. Now on to the bottom. He starts at the bottom right corner, pushes the seal about 10 centimeters up and 10 centimeters across. Then he stops. Next, he goes to the other bottom corner on the left. Same rule again, 10 up, 10 across. Now both bottom corners are set. With that done, he finishes the whole bottom edge, pressing it in bit by bit and checking from underneath to make sure it's sitting perfectly. Now it's time for the hinge side. Doesn't matter if you go top to bottom or bottom to top. And finally, the last side. Just keep pressing it in bit by bit right to the end. At the end, he runs his hand around the whole seal. No bumps, no gaps. It's nice and even. Now we close the door and take a look. See? You've got to push it in, and there's still a gap. Even if we press hard, the gap is still there.
This side of the seal isn't important because it doesn't make our fridge airtight. You'll notice a small gap here, and that's fine. But it's very important that the other side is sealed properly, with no gap at all. When we're heating, make sure the door is completely shut. As you can see in the video, this section still has a gap. That means it's not airtight yet. We'll use a heat pan for this job. It's faster and more effective than a hairdryer, but a hairdryer works fine as well. Set the temperature to around 280 degrees. When heating, don't hold it in one spot. Just keep your hand moving slowly. Take your time and go from the top all the way down to the bottom, making sure the heat spreads evenly across the seal. Nice and steady. That's perfect. Now do the same around the top of the door. Move slowly and carefully along the edge. Let the heat travel evenly across the top until the seal softens and expands nicely. Take your time here too, nice and smooth. You'll see the seal start to expand nicely. Now let's move to the other side. That's looking good. Go slowly here as well, working your way from top to bottom just like before. Make sure the heat reaches every corner evenly and don't rush this step. You'll notice the seal becoming soft and perfectly shaped. That's exactly what we want. We open the bottom door so we can have access to the lower part of the seal. We're going to heat the bottom section now. One very important part is the bottom of the seal. Gently heat this area, moving left to right. Make sure to check for any gaps along the way. Sometimes, when we get a bit impatient, we heat too quickly, and that can leave a small gap behind. So, make sure you don't focus the heat on one single spot, as that can damage the seal. Instead, keep the heat gun moving slowly and evenly along the bottom section until the seal softens and sits perfectly in place. Once the gap is gone, give it one more quick pass with the heat gun. From experience, the handle side usually has a bit more gap than the hinge side, so it often needs an extra bit of heat. So, we heat it one more time, slowly, making sure the seal fits perfectly tight. The hinge side, on the other hand, is usually fine. It doesn't need much. The most important areas are the door opening side and the bottom of the seal. Make sure there's no gap left anywhere. Finally, all the gaps are now gone. If you still notice a small gap, give it a little more time to cool down. Don't overheat it because we don't want to damage the seal. Just keep the heat gun moving gently and evenly without staying on one spot. When you're done, close the door and leave it shut for about 10 minutes. That allows the seal to cool and form perfectly. At the end, we have another video about how to tilt back the fridge, which really helps you keep the door closed tight at all times. We recommend all customers to try this simple trick. It makes a big difference. Thanks for watching.
Airtight Fridge Seals. Free and fast express delivery to all of Australia.